Can you do a fit to fill in Premiere? I'm going to answer that question today in a segment that I like to call Questions from Commenters. Okay, we got a question from Adil Kateen Films on a comment on a different YouTube clip. And he asks if I can explain fit to fill in Premiere, just like you can do in Avid. And I'm going to answer that question in 1 second, but I just want to mention, if you've got a question for me, leave it in the comments, and I might do a video on your question. So let me know. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We love it. Okay, so Adil Kateen Films, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, asks about fit to fill in Premiere like you can do in Avid. And the short answer is no. No, you cannot. There is none of that in Premiere. I've looked. If you know that there's a way to do a fit to fill where you just do it boom and it fits in that slot, let me know in the comments, but I can't find it. So, and I even did this, right? So here's this dancing robot. It's about a second long right here. And I wanted to fill this space right here in the timeline. So this space is 3 seconds 20. This is only 1 second and 9 frames, right? So I need it to slow down to fit that exact space. In Avid, it's just a checkbox on your motion dialog box, just fit to fill, and it does it. Not so in Premiere. And I even tried doing this, right? If you grab your clip and you move your clip over to the side, you can see you get all of these different options. Insert before, insert, overlay, replace, overwrite, insert after. None of them are fit to fill, not one of them. I thought that would be my best way of finding a fit to fill, was to do it that way, but no such luck. I tried holding down modifier keys, right? So I'll hold down Command and I do this. No, that is, if you hold down Command or Control on a PC, it will, and you drag it out, it will act as a insert edit, right? If I hold down Option Command and I bring it down, it also does not work. If I hold down Control Command, it just gives me a little context menu if I do that, right? So we don't want to do that. Then I decided I would ask AI. I asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT gave me the wrong answer. It wanted me to hold down Command and drag it in and said it would fit to fill. That'd be a no. I asked Claude. Claude said, cannot be done. Cannot be done, and it suggested doing it the ways that I already knew. So here's how I would do a fit to fill. If I want to slow this down from 109 to fit this 320 hole, this is what I would do. I would, first of all, take off my out and just have my in. I've got my in and out set over here to justify that 109. And then I would just simply overwrite it, right? If you haven't mapped over it, your overwrite should be on the period key on your keyboard. So I'm just going to overwrite it in. Boom. So I've overwritten it in. Now I just want this information. I just want this. I don't want any other part of the dancing. I just want this part of the dancing, and I want it to last to here. I'm going to put an add edit there just so it gives you a little better visual. So I want this to last to there. This is how I would do it. I would click this little clip in here and hit delete so there's nothing in its way. Then I would come over here to my little tools menu. If you've lost this somehow, you can go back up to Window and go down to Tools, and it will call up this little tools menu right here. So I'm going to come over here, click and hold, and go down to the rate stretch tool. Then I'm going to click on the edge of this, and I'm going to stretch it out. It will not do it if the clip is still in the way, right? So if I hadn't, I'm going to undo this for a second. If I hadn't deleted this, it will not do it. It'll just bump up against it. So first, you have to delete what's next to it and give it a little blank space. Then you come over, hold, choose the rate stretch tool, click on the edge, click on the clip, and pull the edge over. If you notice, you can see right here, it says 38%. So it slowed it down to 38% of speed to get it right. And there it is, slow mode in the space, right? So that is one way that you can go about doing it. One of the things I would recommend to you if you do it this way and stretch it out is after you do that, right click on the clip and go to speed duration, because you might need to go down to optical flow if this is looking kind of staggery, right? So this is, I mean, it's a little staggery, but it is slowed down 36%. If you right click on it and go to speed and duration and try optical flow and say okay, you're going to have to render it, right? Obviously, we've got that red up there that means it needs to be rendered, which you could come up to sequence and say render selection. I, of course, have it mapped on my keyboard, which comes as a surprise to absolutely nobody. And then look how much better that is. Look how much better that looks. So here it is with the optical flow. And then if I undo that and right click, say speed duration. So now it's just frame sampling, right? You've got choice, frame sampling, frame blending, optical flow. Frame blending is like sort of my third option. If it's looking staggery, I'll try optical flow. If optical flow doesn't work, I'll try frame blending. But you see how staggery that is. Right click, speed duration, optical flow, okay. And you'll have to render it. I've already done it once, so it's remembering the rendering. And then look how much better that looks with optical flow turned on. So that is one way to do it. Use the rate stretch, then right click if you need to, choose speed duration, and then choose optical flow. Now I could have, if I undo all of that and we're back to this, I could have come over here and just right click to begin with instead of using rate stretch, which, by the way, not for nothing, rate stretch works in reverse, right? If this clip were, let's say, if I wanted all of this clip to fit in here, now it's too long, right? Just as an aside, I can go to rate stretch and speed up the clip by shortening it. Now it's sped it up. You can see 212.64%. And so now it'll be nice and fast. I would probably also click here and go to speed duration and see if it doesn't look better as an optical flow. Of course, you'll need to render that. Again, that's under the sequence pull down. I have it on one button. And then, yeah, it does look better. It looks better with optical flow. So anyway, just so you know, that rate stretch works both ways. Either slowing it down by pulling it out or speeding it up by pushing it smaller. Okay, rate stretch, that is one way. That is not the way I usually do it, only because I forget rate stretch exists for no other reason than I haven't mapped it to my keyboard, and I should really do that. But rate stretch is a great way to do it. Here's the way I normally do it. Before I tell you that, I'm going to tell you this. Want to remind you, if you're looking to do a deep dive, 3-hour deep dive with me on Premiere, on Avid, on your career in general, check out the description below. I have slots open to work with people. You want to do a full 6-month mentorship? I got that too. Check out the description below. Okay, here's how I do my fit to fills normally, because I forget about rate stretch. So here's my clip. It's in. I want my clip to be over here. I would normally, and I see, I've got my in and my out right here, and I see that it's 3 seconds and 15 frames. That's the hole I want to fill with this clip. So I would come over here and I would right click and go to speed duration. Actually, as I've said a zillion times, I have it on one button, so I would just do Command J and this would pop up. But you can right click, come to speed duration, and I can make a guess at it. I can say, oh, what if I slow it down 50%? Not enough. Command Z, undo, go back to speed duration, guess again, that takes too long. I want it to fill 315. Come to duration, click in duration, type in 315, okay, boom, there it is. One of the things I forgot to do was switch it to optical flow. Normally I would try it regular first, optical flow second, and then frame blending third, to get it to look nice and smooth when slow mode, or in reverse when fast mode, right? And so here we go. There it is. That's the way I normally do it. One more time for the people in the cheap seats. I would come over here. For me, it's on Command J. Hit Command J. Come over here and say, look, I need it to hold for 315. 315, enter, boom. That's how I do it normally. But again, coming over here and doing rate stretch, there you go. That's enough. That's even faster. And I should really use rate stretch. And then right click, go to speed duration, and change it to optical flow if you need to make sure it looks nice and smooth. That's how you do it. That's the whole enchilada. Can you do a fit to fill? Yes. Can you do it like Avid? No, you cannot. So there you go. That's the video, folks. Hit that like button if this is helpful for you. Leave a comment if you've got a question you want to ask me. You can do it too. Ask me in the comments. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video.